Topic preview. Audio and captions begin in 80 seconds. Have you ever wondered why the quirkiest, most weird people around you seem to light up the room with brilliant ideas? It turns out that charming weirdness is often a secret sign of high IQ. Picture this: while others chase constant chatter, truly intelligent minds crave sweet solitude. In those quiet moments, their brains slip into the default mode network and spark incredible creative breakthroughs. Then there's the beautiful, creative, organized chaos. Those messy desks and lively spaces aren't sloppy at all. Science shows they fuel higher innovation and sharper problem-solving. High IQ thinkers also master strategic overthinking. They use metacognition to run vivid mental simulations, learn deeply from every mistake, and turn what-ifs into breakthroughs. They even talk to themselves out loud, using self-directed speech as a powerful tool for crystal-clear verbal reasoning. And here's the night owl advantage. When the world sleeps, their brains come alive in the calm, distraction-free hours of late night, where magic truly happens. So the next time someone calls you weird, smile. It might just be your brilliant mind shining through.
Do you ever catch yourself having a full-blown conversation with yourself while making your morning coffee? Or maybe your desk looks like a hurricane just rolled through, but somehow you know exactly where that one specific receipt is buried.
Yeah, it's like a highly organized chaos, really.
Right. Well, in today's deep dive, we are looking at a stack of recent cognitive psychology papers, including this fascinating one out of the University of Minnesota. We want to explore why society's definition of, weird behavior is actually a secret marker of a high IQ.
It really makes you question whether your messy, overthinking brain is actually operating on this hidden genius level.
Exactly. Because, why do we incorrectly label these highly active neural networks as just being odd or lazy?
Well, we're dealing with a deeply ingrained, completely false stereotype of intelligence. We picture the serious bookworm quietly solving equations on a chalkboard.
Like Goodwill Hunting or something.
Right, yeah. But cognitive psychology shows that real-world intelligence is really about how your brain processes the environment. It's an engine of pattern recognition and relentless curiosity.
Okay, but if that engine is always running, it has to draw a massive amount of energy from somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. It's a huge energy drain.
Which makes me wonder about social exhaustion. Because we often see high IQ individuals seeking out solitude. Is that just a shrinking social battery, or is there a mechanical reason they pull away from crowds?
It's heavily mechanical, actually. Social environments require immense processing power. You are analyzing microexpressions, interpreting tonal shifts, and tracking multiple conversational threads all at the same time.
Wow, yeah, when you put it like that, it sounds completely exhausting.
It is. For an already hyperactive mind, that bandwidth just gets eaten up rapidly, so they seek silence not out of antisocial tendencies, but because removing that sensory input shifts the brain into the default mode network.
Right, the DMN. So without all that external noise, the brain shifts gears.
Exactly. It allows the subconscious to start connecting disparate pieces of information in the background. But it's not just a passive resting state.
Wait, really? I always thought resting meant, shutting down entirely.
Not at all. It's actively reallocating that processing power toward internal problem solving, which brings up an interesting friction with how they manage their physical space.
Oh, you mean the messy desk thing from the U of M research?
Yeah. You'd think someone optimizing for low sensory input would want a perfectly clean, minimalist desk. Yet, the research highlights that messy workspaces actually breed more creative ideas.
That feels so counterintuitive, though. If a crowded party drains their battery, wouldn't a chaotic desk do the exact same thing?
Well, the difference lies in the type of stimuli. Social data requires immediate, continuous calculation. But clutter on a desk, that provides random, low-stakes visual stimuli.
I see. So it's not demanding an immediate response from you.
Right, those disparate objects act as unpredictable inputs that force the brain to make nonlinear, novel connections.
So prioritizing that kind of innovation over a clean room or a crowded party is basically like a computer shutting down unnecessary background apps to run a massive, complex program.
That is a perfect analogy. You are actively choosing genius over tidiness. And because the brain is running those massive programs in isolation, it leans heavily on metacognition.
Metacognition, this thinking about your own thinking, right?
Exactly. It's running complex mental simulations, considering multiple variables, and mapping out dozens of potential outcomes before taking action.
Which brings us to the self-talking point from the research. And I genuinely struggle with this one. If the brain is acting like a supercomputer, why does it need to speak out loud?
Yeah, you'd assume a high IQ mind could run those simulations silently.
Right, so why vocalize it?
While self-directed speech acts as a structural tool for verbal reasoning, when you vocalize a problem, you force a massive abstract web of thoughts through the linear bottleneck of language.
Oh, wow, so it forces the brain to organize all that complex logic.
Exactly. Even Einstein relied on it. Vocalizing the simulation helps you identify failure points way faster than if you just let the thoughts bounce around internally.
So the dreaded analysis paralysis is actually a feature, not a bug. Running those simulations out loud helps you learn from potential mistakes before you even make them.
Precisely. You're analyzing the architecture of a decision rather than just acting on impulse. But running these intense simulations dictates a very specific rhythm.
Which explains the night owls.
Yes, it's why we see so many high IQ thinkers operating late at night. The delayed sleep pattern isn't just a quirky habit. The quiet of the night provides a space for deep focus, completely free from the unpredictable interference of the daytime world.
Which ties directly into the core theory running through all these sources, cognitive economy.
Right, cognitive economy. Your brain acts like a selective hard drive. It actively refuses to encode basic mundane files, like, where you put your keys.
It's to preserve storage and energy for advanced pattern recognition.
Exactly. It literally hoards its mental battery for complex problems.
That brings up my absolute favorite analogy from the research. Engaging a high IQ brain in mundane small talk is like using a Ferrari for pizza delivery.
Oh, I love that one so much.
Right. Sure, it's possible, but it is a total waste of the engine. No wonder mundane chatter feels so utterly exhausting to you. You're burning premium fuel on a low-speed task.
And understanding these mechanics really changes the narrative. Your quirks don't mean you're too much. They demonstrate intellectual independence and a highly specialized operating system.
So the next time someone points out your hurricane of a desk, you can just tell them you're optimizing your cognitive economy.
Exactly. But it does leave us with a critical question to consider. If our modern world demands neat desks, mandatory morning meetings, and endless small talk networking, are we accidentally designing schools and workplaces that actively stifle our highest IQ thinkers?
Wow, that is a heavy thought to leave you with. Next time you catch yourself having a full-blown conversation with yourself over your morning coffee, don't stop. You might just be on the verge of a breakthrough.
Hi, thanks for watching. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. Bye.